Thanks, Stephen.
Coach, if you could open up with your, I guess we're going to call it our State of the Program address here. Talk a little about your program.
Yes, certainly. I have to definitely echo Jack Hayes with all the thank yous of you guys being here today. I want to certainly extend that, and we appreciate it very much. This is a great time, and listening to Jack Hayes speak makes my blood start to boil a little bit, and very, very excited about this season. After 7 months to kind of reflect on our 19-12 record and then being not allowed and refused to bid to any postseason play, our staff, our team, all of us have been extremely hungry and feeling that disappointment. And I think that we've been doing everything in our means necessary to prepare us for this season. And the way that Mr. Hayes just echoed here about where we want to be, where we are now and where we want to be, it's very, very important. We want to be, top 25 contender. We want to be playing in the NCAA postseason. And we'd like to have that banner up there very soon, starting this year. And I know my team echoes that sentiment extremely well in the way that we've been working already. We get to start a little bit earlier. We started last week, and we've had some pretty stellar practices just in the beginning here, and I know that will continue. We've been led by some great leadership here. We have Candace Bellacchio as a senior, Marie Malone as senior post player, and Nicole Capurso. Candace Bellacchio and Marie Malone are both 5-year seniors, so having that veteran leadership on this team is invaluable. Marie Malone, for those that might not know, only played in 4 games last year. 6'3" post, was averaging about 18 and 10. Huge help when we beat Providence at Providence last year, and so she went down with an injury. So I can tell you that we're very happy and relieved to have her healthy and back out on that squad right now on the practice floor. Along with Marie, we have Candace Bellacchio, the 5th-year senior I mentioned, who's definitely arguably the hardest worker on this team. She's been the face, along with Nicole Capurso, but the face of this program, has just led the team in assist and just leads the team in so many things off the court that really go unnoticed. So having that leadership right now heading into this year is just going to be invaluable as well. Along with Candace, Nicole Capurso. Those that can visually look at Nicole Capurso, you can see that her hard-working category should be fighting for that category as well, because physically she's in the best shape ever. And I think mentally, obviously in the same category, and they're ready to have a memorable season this year and lead this squad. So we're leaning really heavily on these young ladies here to kind of lead the way. They've been around, they know, no more, not they ever give any excuses, but this is the time is now, and they know what they need to be doing. Along with Marie Malone, her sidekick, Shantae Evans, that Jack Hayes mentioned. Shantae, so many things about Shantae, it's just been amazing. Obviously, she scored 1,000 points already in her sophomore career. She's on pace to be leading scorer, leading rebounder, and definitely breaking a lot of records here at Hofstra University. Obviously, we mentioned AP, honorable mention, first one for us here in Hofstra history. And then just last week, we were able to announce that she's part of the USA basketball squad. She's leaving this Saturday, 7:25 flight, very early a.m., leaving to head to go to Guadalajara, Mexico, and play and represent the USA in the Pan Am Games. I just can't tell you how I feel about that. Having the chance to be involved with Kay Yao, who was an Olympic coach when I played, something that I had set in Tay's living room with her parents and told her, if you produce and you put up some numbers in your first 2 years, you're going to get looked at. And so for her to have this dream come true, it's just, it just overwhelms me with joy for her. And so I'm just so excited for her. And to have your player that can tell you all these awards that she has right here, but then to tell you that she goes to work every day. She is a leader and a lead by example. To have a best player that you don't have to worry about, that's trying to get special treatment, or in the world that we live in today, nobody on my team is like that. But to have a player like Tay to represent that, it's been a joy to coach, an absolute joy to coach. And so you have a window right now to be able to tell you guys how special this crew is and how special Shantae is. It's nice. You need to know those kind of things about the young ladies that we're producing here at Hofstra. Then obviously. Everything else that she's been doing, it's just been remarkable, and we're just getting started. We have 2 more years, and this year is now. Time is now. Kind of moving to a little bit of another sophomore, Candace Bond. A lot of you guys know she had to play the post position. She's really about 5'9", that can grab the rim, and she can actually dunk. But we're going to hopefully be able to move her to the wing a little bit, and her offensive game has improved You can see it on the floor right now, how hard she's worked in the off season. I think her and Candace both are in that gym 24/7 in the off season. So looking forward to see her kind of getting in her natural position this year. You can actually see her play where she's supposed to be. Young lady that you guys had a chance to meet today, Caitlin Loper from Post Falls, Idaho. She earned all rookie honors last year, was definitely a contender to be Rookie of the Year. We really thought that that was a lock-in, and that's the way things go. So obviously she's back hungry as ever to prove that mistake this past season. And they kind of coined her the fastest release in the East. If you see her shoot, you can't blink, and certainly can't be hand down, man down, because it'll be over. So she has a pretty nice release, and that was one of the things we saw in throughout recruiting. Along with that freshman class that are now sophomores, you have a young lady named Anma Nyuku and then Annie Payton, both of which have worked hard in the off season. And then we have some newcomers that needs to fill that void. So in that post position, we have a junior college transfer, Devin Green. She came from Monroe. That's where Jess Fuller came from, if you guys recall that name, all-time leading blocks in Hofstra history, Jess Fuller. So she comes in with just a neat base. She can finish around the rim, can actually shoot the three very well. We've all that's been a positive thing we've noticed in practice. I didn't see that in recruiting her, but she's got great size, and she's going to really help inside of there for Shantae. You know, she'll be the first to tell you that everybody keyed on Shantae last year when Marie went down, and it's going to be nice for her to have a little bit more luxury out there without having to be the key post player to be guarded. Along with her, we have a young lady that transferred from Vermont, so she will not be eligible to play, but her name is Mackenzie Kudrin, 6'4", from Michigan. She was an all-time leading shot blocker when she came out of high school, and that's been pretty prevalent on the floor for us, so she's going to help us be better in this whole off-season here for her. And then we have a freshman point guard, Andriana Thomas, that you'll be hearing a lot about. She fits our system completely. She's explosive, small, but can really take a hit for her stature, and she has so many instinctive abilities that the way that we run our offense, it's a joy to watch. So it's been fun watching Candace kind of bring her along and mentor her, because she's going to need to play and help us out this year. And then we have a young lady that's also a freshman, Kathy Nolisa, who's been out with an injury. She's fighting her way back, and hopefully you're going to see her back on the court, giving us some time. So, important for you to talk about our players and where we are, where we're heading, and so I thought that was just an important time to be spent with that. Kind of reflecting about that schedule. A couple key points. This is arguably one of the toughest non-conference schedules that we put together in Hofstra history. We have scheduled many NCAA and WNIT tested teams, and we go to Gonzaga, arguably the best mid-major in the country. At Gonzaga, doubleheader with the men, TV game. So we got to be ready. There's going to be 8,000, 10,000 plus fans there. So that's going to be a phenomenal environment for us to be ready, toward the end. So when we go to the NCAA, we know what that feels like. Then we come back here and we face St. John's here at home on November the 18th, 7 p.m. This place needs to be packed. We're ready. We've been wanting to play them and chomping at the bit. So we need to practice what we preach here and take care of business here that Friday night. Great primetime game. Scheduling is tough. We don't get a lot of primetime games, and that's just because of scheduling. So we were real pleased with that. Then we have our first ever, well, not first ever in Hofstra history, but during my tenure, we have this New York Life Holiday Invitational Tournament. And as Jack stated, we just really appreciate that ability to let us host this tournament. Auburn, Marist, as you know, Marist, NCAA team every year. Auburn has just been contending every year. Central Connecticut, who did a great job last year, that is something we've got to be alert at. That's who we face first. And then we still have Seton Hall and Hartford that we're playing, and we play a 30-win team, Princeton, on the 29th of December. So we just did not schedule for the for the week here, and we've got to be ready. So so kind of us all falls in suit. We have these players, we're ready to go, and we've got to take care of this season. So that's a little bit about where we're headed and what we've got to face, but very excited. Like I stated before, this is where we want to be, and I really, Jack Hayes summarized that, as if I was saying it. We certainly didn't speak here. We want to break out, and we need to do it, and we have the resources. I can't thank Jack Hayes and Stuart Rabinowitz, number one, because we wouldn't be where we are without their support. I've told them that numerous times. When I need to go find players, when we need to do the things that we need, we're getting that. You can't do it alone. We'll work hard. I'll put in any hours next to anyone here, but we have to have that support, and I can't thank them enough. and certainly all the administration, and putting on this media day is very exciting. So I appreciate Stephen Borchall and the entire sports information staff. And I have to thank Bianca O'Brien. She's here today, and she is a representative from New York Life that really have put this together along with Sal Farina to make this happen. So, so many people here to thank. I just appreciate everyone that I see here, all the media. But we're excited. We want to be top 25. We want to be postseason NCAA contenders, and we got to finish at the top. So we all know that it's how we start. We got to start strong, but we really want to finish to give ourselves that opportunity. So thank you very much. I'm very glad to be able to speak to you guys. I look forward to talking to you afterwards, and thanks again.
Thank you, Coach. Coach, we'll actually do the one-on-ones after, since we're running a little behind schedule. So Coach will be available after Coach Casera speaks.
Thank you.
I'd now like to welcome Coach Mo Casera to the stage.